Welcome to this tutorial on the pupil backpack in Edmodo. As you can see here, I'm logged on as a pupil called Fred Flintstone, and from the home screen we can clearly see the pupil backpack here. Now this is a place where pupils can save all of their work and find it easily in the future, regardless of how many classes or groups that they belong to. So if we look at Fred's account just now and we click on backpack, we can see that the folder is empty. And this tutorial shows you how to save all future work in this folder. So a pupil can save their work from 4 different places. You may have a file on your computer, either at home or in school, that you've been working on, that you wish to save on into your backpack. Now examples of this might be that you're doing some work in school and you want to finish it at home, and rather than save it on a memory stick or email it to yourself, in school you could save it into your backpack and take it home and work on it at home. Another possibility is you may be doing some work at home, maybe a PowerPoint or a poster, and you wish to be able to access it in school. Of course, you can also save this into your backpack and then access it when you log on in school. I'm going to show you this method first of all. So in the pupil's backpack, we can add a file from our computer by clicking Add. You choose the file you want to add. You need to navigate around your computer. So in school it might be pupil access, at home it may be in your documents. In this case here, I've got a file on my desktop called Anti-Smoking Poster for Health and Wellbeing. I'm going to click on this and open, and you can see the progress bar here as it adds into my backpack. This red cross here, you can click to cancel. The tick confirms it's been uploaded, and simply click Add File, and it returns to this screen here. So that's one way you can add information to your backpack. You may have a practical exercise now. Your teacher may pause this video so that you can do a practical exercise uploading a file from your computer in school and adding it to your backpack. Okay, welcome back. A second place that you can collect work and save from is the teachers folder on Edmodo. Now not all classes have this set up, but if I go to Fred's account, Fred belongs to 2 main groups. They are Prep 6 and P6.2. If I go to the Prep 6 group first of all, I can look in the folders section here, and if I click on here, I can see 3 folders that my Prep 6 teachers have set up for me. If I go to my P6.2 group, Mr. Gould may well have set further folders up in here. And this is somewhere I can collect resources. So for example, I'll go to Class Admin, and in here Mr. Gould has saved a copy of the class timetable. But I'd like to have this in my backpack. Therefore, I simply click on the little arrow, drop down arrow here, click on here, and I can add this to my backpack. And up here it confirms it's been added to my backpack. If I go back to folders, let's see what else Mr. Gould might have here for me. English resources. There's nothing in here yet. Homework. And here is a copy of the homework that Mr. Gould set some time ago, but for my own records I may wish to add this to my backpack. If I go to the Prep 6 folder, I did notice something very interesting here by going to the folders here, Abernethy. In here is the information that Mr. Gould has shared with my parents so far, the information booklet and the first letter. For future reference, I'd like to add these to my backpack, and it's added in. I shall add this letter to my backpack as well. So that is the second source of information you can add to your backpack, and this is from folders that where teachers may well have saved resources. Your teacher may wish to pause this video clip again for you to carry out a practical activity doing this. Okay, welcome back. We're now on to the third source of information for saving files into your backpack account. We've already saved something from our computer. We've saved something from a teacher's folder. Now we're going to save something from a post on our Edmodo group. So Fred here now will go to, for example, the P62 posts, and we'll look through here, and there may be something interesting and useful that Mr. Gould or someone else in the class, Miss Allen possibly, has saved. And here we go. So here we are. Miss Allen has previously saved the lyrics for our assembly last month. This is much easier because here you can see a little icon called Add to Backpack, and we can simply click this, and that is already added to our backpack. If I look further down, I can click Load More Posts. And whilst all this information is useful, it's not something I particularly wish to save. Now this is homework that Mr. Gould has previously shared with us. Again, for my own organisation, I'd like a copy of this. Now what I can actually do here is I can save the whole post rather than just an attachment. So I can click here, add post to my backpack, and then carry on. Okay, and here, these are some website links that Mr. Gould has previously shared with us, and I'd like to add this to my backpack for future reference as well. So again, I will save the whole post by clicking here, add post to backpack. I can now jump, if I now go to the Prep 6 group, and whilst my computer loads, we can see it's loading here. There may well be information in the Prep 6, on the Prep 6 posts, that I wish to save for future reference. So skimming through here, I notice here that Mrs. Shaw has left some mixed word problems for us to do. I shall add that to my backpack, and so on. Okay, so your teacher may wish to pause this video now for you to carry out a third approach and go through your news feed from any of the groups you're a member of and save anything that may be useful to your backpack. Okay, welcome back. We're now looking at the fourth way you can save information to your backpack. And this is from the internet directly. So this would happen, for example, if your teacher was to suggest that you do some revision, some independent research at home, and you may find some websites that are useful that you wish to bring into school. Equally, you may be doing research in school and you find a very good website which you wish to use at home. So I'm going to imagine I'm doing research on Victorian inventions for kids. This will help me source information, websites that are appropriate for children. And let's have a look at this website here. I'm having a quick look at this. This looks like it may have information that'll be useful later. So rather than bookmark this on my computer at home or at school, where I wouldn't be able to access it later, I can simply highlight the address. I can do a right click, copy, and you copy the address. I can then go to my Edmodo backpack, and in my backpack I can add a link. I can now paste that website in. Now sometimes you get lucky. If you click and wait in here, sometimes it will automatically give you the title, but often it doesn't. So I'm going to call this Victorian Inventions. It's come up. I was too impatient. Victorian Inventions Timeline, and add the link. I'm going to go back here, click the back button, and skim through very quickly. And try this website. Whilst I'm waiting for this, I can go to sadly this website doesn't seem to be working for me just now, but this one does, and this is the numeracy workout online maths games that have been recommended by the school. And whilst I wait for this to load, I'm just going to copy the address from here, and again I'm going to add it to my backpack as a link. I click in here. I'll be a little bit more patient this time and wait for the title of the web page to arrive on here, and there it calls it numeracy workout. Of course, you can edit this yourself and add the link. So there we have it. There are 4 ways where you can get information from 4 different places and add it into your backpack. This makes it much easier for you, rather than you having to go to these 4 different places to find information. When you get the information, if you put it in your backpack, you've then only got one place to go and get it. And if we have a quick look at our backpack now, what we have is a bag, a school bag, with a whole lot of resources in there that are easy for us to use. So that's the end of this first part of this trainer. However, I'm sure you're looking at this backpack thinking this really is quite messy, and by the end of 2 terms my bag is going to be full of files that are really difficult to sort. So why not create folders to make it easier for you to manage your backpack? You may do it in this lesson, or your teacher may share this at another time. So welcome back. Here we are looking at our backpack full of files sorted in no order whatsoever. So what we're now going to do is add folders in which to save these. So here we're going to simply add folder. Let's choose folder. And it's up to you how you organize your own resources. You're old enough to make this decision yourself. For me personally, I'm going to make one folder for maths. There's no need to choose either of these options, and click add folder. Just take a moment or two to add that folder to my backpack. Sometimes it helps to click on the grey at the side of the screen. I'm going to add a second folder. And there it is, there's the maths folder. Add a second folder. I'm going to call this one English. You may prefer to call it literacy. I'm going to add a third folder. Homework. Add another one. I'm going to call this beg your pardon, Victorians. And as you can see now, I've got my 3 and soon to be 4 folders in which I can add my files. So look at this numeracy workout. I'm going to move this to my maths folder. So maths, done. And then click on the grey at the back, Victorian Inventions Timeline. I shall click on this and move it to Victorians. Word problems, I'm going to move to maths, and so on. And by the end of this session, hopefully, if you've got well chosen folders, you'll just have a series of folders here with all your information in, and there may come a time where you need to add a 7th or 8th folder for a new theme. Well, thank you. That's all I'm going to teach you about Edmodo just now. I hope you have lots of luck with this. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask your teacher, or you can ask Mr. Gould and he'll be able to help you. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.